Good morning, everybody. If you're here in the UK or anywhere in Europe, happy VE Day. I believe it's also, 8th of May. In all Catholic countries like Italy, like where I'm from, we celebrate Mother's Day. So if you're a mum or if you're celebrating your own mums, happy Mother's Day too. So because of the VE Day celebrations that will be going on online throughout the day, I believe starting with 2-minute silence at 11 o'clock. I thought I'd start at the earlier time today of 10:30, which didn't go very well. It took me a while anyway. So let's see if we can get our exercise session over and done with, then you can enjoy the day. I will myself finish up the session with some songs towards the end. I did sort of put on Facebook, if you wanted to join me, I'm going to sing some songs which are traditionally Italian. That's where I'm from. And I don't know most of the English songs that can't even think of the titles. So I thought I'd do my own little thing. It seemed fairer. So I'll be singing O Sole Mio, Torna, Surrento, and Funiculi, funicula, and see how we get on. I might even do Go Save the Queen. Maybe just a little verse. Okay, so let's get started with some breathing exercises. I thought today I'm going to start standing. So we'll see how we get on. If you happen to come on while I'm live, please say hi. And if you have any questions, I shall get back to you as soon as I can, as soon as I have a good gap that I can read the message and respond. So first of all, make sure you have plenty of space to move your arms about without hitting anything or anybody if you're sharing the session with a member of your family or friends you may live with. Good. So let's start with happy thoughts and blue skies. So we're raising our cheeks and have a nice little gentle smile. We're aiming for relaxation in the head to start with and focusing our energy towards our core through a tiny little tensing up of your abdominal muscles. Let's breathe in through the nose and blow through the mouth. But as we breathe in through the nose, aim to stretch the soft palate, guide the air in through the top of your throat, and make sure you're relaxing the soft palate and all the muscles up there. So we go, hold for a moment, and blow. I like that. So blowing almost upwards with a nice little arch of the back. Again, in. Hold it for a moment and blow. And a bigger breath. And blow. And a third one for you, if you didn't do the first one with me. In. And blow. Get rid of the last bit of air until your body just starts breathing in naturally. You'll find that if you breathe out as much as you possibly can, once you've got rid of the last bit of air, your lungs will just breathe in without even thinking about it. They will fill up fully as you would when breathing in through the mouth and lifting the soft palate. At a moment, let me just check my sound is on. It is. Sometimes I wonder at myself. Okay. Good. So we move down from the nose to the mouth And we'll breathe in through the mouth and then out slowly through our hum. So we go. I'll do it once again. If you've got it, carry on with me. I'll do it on the same tone for those people who perhaps need to hear it again. So. Once more on that tone, and then we'll go lower. As we go lower in the register, keep your cheeks lifted, focus the sound on perhaps the center of the dome within our mouth, and relax the jaw and enjoy the sound, the vibrations of the hum flowing down the back of the throat in towards your chest and abdomen. Good. So on. We'll do one more involving our knees. So we'll bounce into our knees gently. Last one. If you have a deeper voice and you want to have another one, go for it. I shan't. Go ahead. You will find if you have a voice like mine. I mean, I realized that I encountered my passaggio, the sort of break in my voice, the lower break, and halfway down the scale, I had to adjust a little bit how I went from one part of the scale to another. Excuse me. There you go. Things are starting to move. I think the easiest thing to say, the simplest thing to say is to really listen to your body and just take it easy and be careful and figure out what works for you. I think, in trying to explain it, what I've done is that I've started by projecting sort of, as I was saying, from the center of my palate and the center of the dome of your head sort of thing. But as the voice goes lower, you want to guide it. You want it to relax and enter the lower part of the register, but not allow it to collapse. So what I did is that I moved the focus further forward so that the hum was more nasal. I'll do it again and see if you can hear it. Can you hear that? There's a little glitch, but it's hopefully less obvious than it might otherwise have been without the being careful. Good. So I think past weeks we've had a look at headaches and then back pain, and last week, if I remember correctly, I checked earlier, I talked about back pain and abdominal pain. I think the thing that makes sense as the next step is to just sort of focus On posture, we could go ahead and say, you know, can we use the voice to help pain and relieve sort of stress in the legs and things like that? I dare say probably. On the basis that most of my exercises have an element of physicality to them, yes, of course. But you can't just fix your feet and your legs through your voice. That doesn't make sense to me. So if you find that it works, perhaps, you know, let me know and I shall review what I'm saying. But if we aim for good posture and through fairly symmetrical movements and exercises, aim for a thorough balance and relaxation and strengthening of the whole body, excuse me, then hopefully there'll be an improved blood flow that will also help any pain you might have or discomfort in the legs. Why not? So we started breathing in through the nose, we went breathing through the mouth and humming. Excuse me, I don't know what that is. Might be hay fever, might just be all the humming, moving things up. So I think what I'm going to do next, if you arch your feet, can you reach up with your toes so that your feet are like that? Give them a little, and your feet a nice little stretch with your toes nice and open and pointing upwards, from your big toe up. So balance yourself like that. And we'll go, we'll breathe in into the soft palate as usual, focusing on our center. We'll go, so nice and simple together. Bend your knees. Again. Up one. We'll do a few more just to point out what I'm doing, bending the knees. I'm then sort of leaning onto the front of the foot and then rolling back up. So what the movement I'm making with my hands, I'm also making with my feet. So there's a gentle rock. And what that's doing is that it's obviously moving the blood and massaging the bottom of the feet, but also creating tension and movement going up the calves. If it starts to feel uncomfortable, change the movement in your legs. Obviously, always say, listen to your body. So, on we'll change it to I. And one last one. Watch, my mouth isn't moving at all. What's changing the shape of the vowels is just the tongue at the back of the mouth. So and we'll come back down and we'll start moving side to side, alternating gentle weight and pressure onto our legs as we bend the knees and lean into the thighs and feet. So same exercise on I, but we'll come down. Together. stretch through the bottom of your spine. Couple more, keep the smile. Breathe in. Tip it out and breathe out. So breathe through the stretch. Let's take one more breath like that. So we breathe in and we stretch from your toes up. Hold that stretch. And then gently land back onto your feet. So together. And out. Let's breathe. Move your feet apart. Take the same breath. We'll breathe, turning side to side. And once more, breathe in and out. One more, breathe in and out. And the other side, we breathe in as we curve that way, and then out as we come back. Breathe in and out. Okay, so there's just a very simple, light exercises. That all we're doing, we're breathing, but we are also balancing breath with gentle movement of all our muscles in the body, so that we're breathing deeply, but we're also waking up and warming up every single bit of our body. I say that, and my fingers are really cold. I wonder why that is. But we're getting the blood flowing very gently. Do hydrate if you have a glass of water, or perhaps a mug of tea, coffee, hot chocolate, whatever. People often ask me, as a singer, is there anything that I shouldn't drink or I shouldn't eat? I think loads of people will tell you that, oh, you shouldn't have chocolate and you shouldn't have this and you shouldn't have that. I suspect it's quite specific to the person. I'm fine with most things, and some of the things that are supposed to be good for the throat then aren't very good for me. They give me a tickly throat and make me cough. So again, listen to your body. Discover what works for you. Just looking at the time. My clock says I've got some minutes. I've got about 3 minutes before 11 o'clock. So I think what we'll do is that we'll maybe we'll start with a song, and then we'll take our 2-minute silence afterwards. You know, Italians don't really talk about the war. I remember my grandmother's, on my mum's side. I guess I was quite little when she passed away, so she never really spoke beyond that. Oh, you know, in my day we had it tough. There was never really I don't know. People just don't talk about the war. It's not because there's any kind of embarrassment or sadness, or I don't know. Obviously, people will have lost people. They will have experienced all sorts of stuff. But most importantly, it's in the past, and people tend to focus on today. Italians are very big on live for the day. Perhaps go proud of the things you're proud about, but only if it's an excuse to party. So, yeah, I think what I will sing is Vitti, crozza. It's a traditional song that has been, it's the words themselves to say, I came across a skull by a cannon and it spoke to me. My life has come to an end and I haven't had burial. So there's a sense there that it's post-war and having that need for the dead to be laid to rest. And the final verse, the head says, I'm going to go somewhere wonderful. I'm going to rest in a wonderful place, and a garden in the sea. Sorry, 11 o'clock. Oh, thank you. It's my husband telling me it's 11 o'clock. Okay, in that case, I think it's 1 minute to. I'll ham it in a minute. Thank you for joining me in those 2 minutes of silence and peace. So the word of the departed soldier, perhaps at the end of Vitti crozza, he says, I will go to that garden in the center of the sea, all full of oranges and lemons, where the birds are singing and fly in the sky in peace, and the fish make love in the sea. Sorry, that was... My house is now very, very silent. It's very, very moving. So, what I'll do, because I'll just sing the verses and I'll only sing the chorus at the end. Vitti crozza sopra lo cantoni, fui curioso e vos spiarvi, idem rispuniu con ranururi, murivo senza curi campani. Signieru, signieru limeani, signieru, signieru saciuni, ora casugni vecchi ritantani, chiamo la crozza e nu tu mi rispondi. Cenu iardinu mensuri lumari, tutto un tessuto d'arancielli unni lascetici vanno a cantare e tutti i pesci fanno all'amore. Tirulallero, lallero, 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 lallà. Tirulallero, lallero, 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 lallà. Oh, I might take a minute because that really moved me. Oh. Questions. I don't actually know how to pause a live. So let's see. I think what we'll do is we'll try and sort of stop my nerves, because I get emotional. I think about I have feelings about war. I think about all the lives lost. Obviously, we're ever so grateful for all the soldiers, those who've made it and those who haven't. But it just really saddens me, the whole thing. So I'm going to take a couple of deep breaths right from the heart. Hope you'll join me. In my mind, I want to be in that garden where, as the soldier in Vitti in a crozza, so says, hopefully they're now all in heaven, in a beautiful garden, full of love, wonderful scents, and beautiful sounds. Let's take one more breath. And out. And the third one for good luck. So, what songs did I have? I prepared loads of songs that there's the danger of just making me cry. So I'm gonna have to stick with something more cheerful. So oh, I haven't got the words for all of them here. I think to wake myself out of this state, I'm gonna sing Funiculi, funicula. So if you have had time to look up the words, feel free to join me in the verses. If not, you can join me in the chorus, which is basically just yummy, yummy, coppa, yummy, 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 coppa, yummy, funiculi, funicula, funiculi, funicula, coppa, yummy, funiculi, funicula. Okay. Possibly a bit higher. I'll pitch it on. I see. Okay. I see. Tu sai adoro. A tosta cara ingrata che rispietta, farmene un po'. Adoro la foca cosce ma si fuie, te lascia sta. E non te corro pressa, non te struie, solo a guardare. Yamma, coppa, funicula, funicula. Nei fiamme dalla terra la montagna, no passa un c'è. Se vede Francia prosce dalla Spagna, io vengo a te. Tirato coli funeri in tuo fatto, un ciel se va. Se va come lo viento all'intrasotto, se gli se va. Funicula, funicula. Se ne aiuta, la capa già. E chiusa, poi tornata, poi è venuta, sta sempre ca. La capa vuota, torna, torna te. Sto cuore canta sempre nato l'orna, sposamone, yamma, coppa, yamma, coppa, funicula, coppa, funicula. Yamma, coppa, yamma, coppa, funicula. Coppa, funicula. Thank you. See, that makes me think, I wonder if that's why Italians don't talk about the war. I think quite often people get so emotional that we don't like to get emotional, so we just keep calm and carry on. I'm sure it's something you can all relate to. No, I don't need words for this. Excuse me. So the next thing I was going to sing O Sole Mio and Torna Surrento. Hopefully it's a nice sunny day here on the Isle of Wight today. I hope the sunshine where you are. And if you are stuck at home, hopefully we can perhaps provide a little bit of sunshine for you. L'aria serena dopo una tempesta e l'aria fresca pare già una festa. Che bella cosa una giornata sola. I'm not going to end that on a high note. Normally you get a lovely little bit of mandolino with a piano and then you have a nice finale. Just going to check, if you'll excuse me, if anyone else is in the house. They're all outside. I thought it was quiet. My husband has taken the children outside to do some lovely carpentry. Good. So the next I'm going to sing Torna Surrento. I should say, why don't I have backing tracks? I don't have backing tracks. If only because I run Project Opera. It's made up of so many very talented and wonderful musicians and singers. And we're all sort of struggling at the moment to get our heads around all the technology and Zoom and this and the other. And everybody sort of seems to, at the moment, we all just need our own space. And I could just look up a backing track and use it. But I think, in a way, the way my fun little head works, out of respect for all my friends and colleagues, I'd rather just sing on my own. And if anything, from an artistic point of view, it shows exactly where we are right now. There's a whole new world out there that we're trying to get used to and really don't want to, because we're all live musicians. We want to be together in the same space, in the same room, and helping people to experience live music. It feels so different to hear something live rather than through speakers and through a computer. So if you have a tambourine or a kazoo, feel free to join in. Otherwise, this is what you're getting. Excuse me. Right, so Torna Surrento. Mio mare quanto è bello, spira tanto sentimento, come casi ti rammenta, casciata fai sognare. Guarda questo giardino, siente sti fiori arance, un profumo così fino, dentro cuore se ne va. E tu dici parto a Dio, tieni cuore non tornare. Sorry, people have started coming in and my dog came in and opened the door. I think I shall close in a moment. I would like to sing one verse of God Save the Queen. Because I just, I love living in England. I have huge respect for Her Majesty. And, well, why not? It seems appropriate. I've sang stuff from my own country whilst living in England where everybody's celebrating V-Day. So I hope you'll join me. I'm nervous now. Probably nobody's listening and I'm nervous. God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen. Sing will Thank you for joining me. If you have, I haven't seen any messages, so I assume you're out busy doing other things. If you do watch this later, thank you very much for your time. If you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, questions, indeed. I know that we've done a little bit less today on singing for well-being, but I thought I'd do. I said I would always do my Friday live, so I've given it a go. I might even just put it down as a V-Day special, just so that people, it's not sort of specific. But if there's anything you would like me to cover in future live streams, do please send me a message or post a question below the video. Yeah, so you can follow my live streams either on Wednesday mornings at 11 o'clock on www.facebook.com/Project Opera. The Wednesday morning sessions are mainly about our sort of mental health, really, because it's when I normally run an anxiety support group. So not being able to run the group live, I just sort of do a few exercises, and we cover, how we feel and stuff like that. Or every Friday morning, I do a live stream on YouTube, usually at 11 o'clock. So if you have any questions, anything you'd like me to cover, then please say so. And then next Friday or Wednesday, I will give it a go. I will cover it. And I also do a session in Italian on the Tuesday. So if there's anything that I haven't covered yet through my Italian sessions, that'll give me an idea of something to do. So I do it in Italian on the Tuesday and in English on the Friday. And Wednesday we sort of make it all balance out in respect to mental health. Yeah, if you can help me, I'm not currently monetizing these videos. I'm not making any money out of it. I'm not working. I'm not asking for anything either. But if I can get to 1,000 followers, I can then monetize the videos, and then people can advertise on them, which would be a help for me. I see somebody's liked the video. I wasn't alone. Thank you. Yes, or if you feel compelled to support my effort, my PayPal is paypal.me/opera IOW, and any money that gets collected, I then will reinvest onto Project Opera and our events. So I do a lot of these. My singing for well-being sessions are run on a volunteer basis. A lovely gentleman called David Rowe and myself usually run them free, one hour a week in Ride. And quite often I see that there are care homes and schools that would love to have my sessions but can't afford them. So if any money that we can collect like that as a way of donations, because I'm on my own official registered as a sole trader, I can't register as a charity. So, but if anybody wants to help through my PayPal account, it will go to support all these projects that I'm doing. If you don't want to support financially, then just share and help us grow. So lovely. Have a wonderful day. Lots of love, everybody, and happy V-Day again. And if you are celebrating happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. Bye-bye.